So what I'll be doing first is that I've folded my fabric into two, and I'll go ahead and mark out the starting line for me since I'm drafting direct on the fabric. So what I'll be doing here is that I'll be taking away 1 inch for the waistband, and of course I'll first of all take down the length of the trouser. So for the length of the trouser that I'm working with, I'm making use of 35 inches for my baby girl. So I'll go ahead and mark out the 35 inches, and I'll also add 1 inch hemming allowance to that. So the measurement I'll be taking down next is the flap or the crush depth line. So that is what I'll be taking out here. I'll be marking out here the flap or the crush depth line. So what I'll be marking next is the waist to knee measurement. If you don't know how to take these measurements, I have a detailed video on that. Just click it here and you watch it. So what else I'll do is that I'll go ahead and mark out the half of an inch there. This is going to be my, kind of a seam allowance for me. So what I'll be marking out first is the front crush extension, and I'll just take it down. If you don't know how to calculate these things, I have a detailed video which is up here too. So here I'll be taking the hip divided by 4, and I'll go ahead and take it down. And what I'll be doing next now is that I'll be creating the curve like that. So here on the knee measurement, I'll divide the knee round. I'll divide that measurement, that is the hip divided by 4, to get this center of this particular rectangle here. So on this particular line here, I'll be placing the knee divided by 2, the knee round measurement divided by 2. And once I get it, I'll go ahead and divide it again by 2, as if I'm dividing into 4. So after, if I divide it into 4, I'll go ahead and use this particular place and place it at the center to get I want everything to be, kind of in the center. That is why I divided it like that. So from this point here, I'll connect it to here, and from the other, that is the hip depth, the hip line, I'll just connect it like that. You see the trouser shape is coming out small. And here I have the waist measurement divided by 4, and the remaining allowance that I have there, I'll be adding about 1.5 inches there, because I want that's the waist. So here I'll add half an inch, and I'll just go ahead and connect it. I added that 1.5 on the waist because I'll be darting it with that 1 inch. So all the way here, I'll just be adding that 0.5 inches. So what I'll be doing next is that I had my 0.5 inches at the inseam as well. The upper part, we already have our 0.5 inches for adding to the waistband. So at the down, that is the ankle area. When I was taking the measurement, I took the how wide I want it to be. I'm working with 20, so when I divide it into 2, I have 10. If I divide it again, I have 5. So the 5 is at the center, whereas I get my other measurements. From here, I'll just mark it out like that. It's a kind of a flay something, so that's just it. And from here, I'll just go ahead and connect it like that. So you see, I'll go ahead and add the 0.5 inch allowance, and now of course I'll cut it out. So after cutting it out, this is what I have. And for the back, just like we did on the front, the waist to flap, the waist to knee, and the waist to the trouser length. So here the half inch allowance, the back crush extension, and of course the hip divided by 4. That is just like we did to the front pattern. Remember, if you don't know how to get this measurement, the front and crush extension, check out my video. I'll place the link in the description box below. So at this point here, I'll be coming up by 1.5 inches, and here I'll be going up by 1 inch because of the buttocks. So here I'll just go ahead and connect it like that. It just slanted something like that. So at this particular point here, I'll go ahead and come in by 1 inch, and I'll just create a curve like that, and I'll go ahead and connect the curve. So what I'll be doing next now is that on this the knee area, I'll go ahead and divide the knee round just like we did to the front, and I'll place my measurements there, and of course I'll connect it just like everything is just like we did to the front, just that the back crush extension is way different from the front crush extension, and with that 1 inch we added at the upper part, that's just the difference. So here of course I'll go ahead and add the ankle round measurement divided by 2, and of course I'll go ahead and connect the flares like that and add my 0.5 inches allowance. This particular one, after making the dress, I ended up removing that 0.5 inches because my fabric was stretchy. So if your fabric is stretchy, there's no need to add allowance, but if your fabric is not stretchy, go ahead and add your allowance. So after cutting it out, this is what I have. I'll get the front and the back, one piece of the front and one piece of the back, just like you see me doing here. I'll place them right sides facing right side, and I'll leave about 1.5 inches, and I'll shape the side. I'll go ahead and hem the trouser. After hemming it, and I will go ahead and sew the inseam. I'll do the same thing on the other leg. So after doing that, I have this. I'll go ahead and turn inside. I'll turn one inside out. I'll turn it to the right side. So after doing that, what I'll do is that I'll go ahead and insert it inside the other leg. The essence of me doing this is because I want the trouser to be right sides facing right side. So I'll go ahead and do it like that, and I'll get the inseam together, right sides facing right sides, and I'll go ahead and pin it down. If you have gotten far to here, if you've gotten to this extent, please subscribe and also turn on the notification bell, as I have so many tutorials coming up. If you want to learn how to sew for kids, this is the right channel for you. So I'll go ahead and stitch it down. After stitching it down, I have this. I'll turn it to the right side. So after turning it to the right side, I have this particular piece that I cut out 3 inches in height and in length and in width, and the length of, I don't know, I think I didn't measure the length, but I have 3 inches in width because I took away 1 inch. When I fold it inside, I have 1.5. I'll use the half inch to join it to the waist. So I'll go ahead and join it to the waist. And for the front one, I ironed a strong gum stay to it because I want the band to be kind of firm. So I'll go ahead and attach the front band to the trouser as well. If you want to learn how to sew for an adult, I have a sewing channel for adults. You can just go ahead and subscribe to that channel. And of course, this is the elastic that we'll be placing at the back. The measurement for the elastic is the waist measurement divided by 2, and I took away 1 inch from that. So after attaching the elastic, this is what I have. So what I'll do next is that I'll go ahead and finish up the side seams. I'll stitch it down, and I'll also stitch down this side. So after sewing it, this is what the final look of the trouser looks like. Subscribe to my channel and also turn on the notification bell. Like this video, comment if there's any question you'd like me to answer on this particular video. And until my next one, happy sewing.